First thing in the morning, I must have 4 mugs of coffee. Sometimes I can get by with 3. Howdy, Paul Rousso here. Husband, father, artist.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, welcome, welcome.
Good to see you.
You too, my gosh. Check it out, the studio.
We are in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the studio of one of Ode to Art's favorite artists, Paul Rousso.
A long time ago, don't ask me why, but my brain kept telling me to just take some crumpled paper and stick it down to something. And I looked at that and thought, my children are going to starve to death. But a couple of years went by and I figured out how to make a giant version of one of those. So it really started right there. Who is Paul Rousso? Well, I like to think of myself, there's many things I could say, but I would say the biggest attribute is definitely resilience. So many artists I know, and young artists, old artists, they give up eventually because it didn't work out, or it didn't, they didn't figure it out, or something always stopped them from continuing. And I can tell you, I went through all of that and much more, and I just kept trying. And I did have an idea that I had when I was young, and at 30-something, I started to run after it, and it took 20 years to figure that out. So for us to make a composition, like that, or your piece up there, there's a sheet of black underneath it that we form to do the piece to. And so we have to roll the texture on, which will take about 20 minutes to dry, and then we can cut it out and start a piece. I see it everywhere, this disposable culture. I don't know, I get a kind of a kick out of it when I do candy wrappers and things like that, that is basically, art of garbage. But to me, it's color, it's paint, it's text, it's graphics, something I can wield, and I see it everywhere. But one day we won't see it anywhere.
Is this for the exhibition?
Absolutely. Made it just for you. It's just a perfect example of, the digital world consuming all print. Everything is being replaced. The magazines, the newspapers, it'll all be gone soon. And one day your grandchild will come into your gallery and say, what are those? What is this? They won't know what it is. When they could print a book and only noblemen and kings got to read stuff, and suddenly the masses could be educated, the Renaissance happened, print changed everything. And here we are at the end of print. The most ubiquitous items in the world, bills or cups or newspapers or wrappers, and I don't know how long they're going to be around, but they'll be forever around because of this stuff. That's plastic. It'll last forever.
And this is interesting.
Yes, well, this is kind of new. Cups of money. Just seems logical. Stuffing money in a cup. Obviously, that's a little more money than that's usually in a cup, but I overdo everything. I first felt like I was an artist when I just was first called an artist. I liked the sound of that, so I just kept it up. My first grade teacher proclaimed to the class that I was an artist, and I just kept it right up. And by the time I was in second grade, I was the artist. They'd keep me after school to do the bulletin board for Halloween or something. I was the artist.
I enjoy Paul Rousso's work because it is not just visually stunning, but also very thought-provoking. At Ode to Art, we represent international artists as we want to explore and understand more of different art cultures and share it with our audience and collectors who are internationally based.
Well, I would like to be remembered as someone who elevated pop art to another level. I would like to be remembered of, I invented something. And you can tell me all day that, oh, well, you didn't invent heating up plastic. And I said, well, that perhaps is true, but what I'm doing with it, I invented. So I would like to be remembered for that.